Good morning for Canada. I'm here. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Say, Heart from Canada. Hi, everybody. Um, Listen to the song Crossfire from Rag and Bone Man. It's like we're all caught up in the chaos, 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 chaos. Okay? Everybody just, I know I'm nobody, but when I was in treatment and my mind was racing 100 miles an hour, and the facilitators there could see I was scattered. Um, I gotta say one thing. I have a problem speaking because um, when I was on the opiates, coming off them, I threw up all the time. And within throwing up and with everything that I was going through, it deteriorated my teeth. Before my husband retired, we had to quickly have all my teeth pulled. I think this is another reason why I don't go outside. I lost my smile, you know. Um, Only people who have had this done will understand. Or if you could get it done, the cost alone um, that wasn't covered. And the scary thing about this was the dentist I met that day that I went in there to get everything pulled. I was sitting in a chair because I had nightmares. I was going to die. I had this fear of when I went under, I would die. So I go in there and I'm sitting there all nervous, and this beautiful, chunky. Well, she wasn't. She was chunky, but she was beautiful, man. Like long blonde hair, and she come over and she put her hand on my hand and she goes, "Hi, Kimmy, I'm Kimmy." And like it's like God works in mysterious ways. All of a sudden, I said, "Kimmy, oh my God, were you a hockey player too? Are you into sports?" And nobody's gonna believe me. She was. She played girls hockey down in the town that her and her boss flew in from Toronto. This was a really, really good dentist. He would take his plane and go to reserves and give free dental care, him and his assistant. After I woke up and everything went down, and I don't know if it was whatever I was on, the anesthesia, like I couldn't shut up. Like if they have video camera there. Um, I went home, started healing because it really hurts. Couldn't talk, couldn't eat. And I couldn't understand why I kept throwing up and throwing up. And Now I'm starting to understand that every time I get sick, it's a death. This dentist was training to be able to go night flying. I'm not going to say his name, but him and his teacher were killed in a plane crash. When I heard this, I'm I'm still trying to figure out things, people. Um, I watched the movie Venom, the second one. I love Tom Hardy. I'm sorry, even my husband knows. He's the sexiest man on. Tom Hardy is the sexiest man on earth. I don't care what anybody says. But I watched the movie Venom, and it's like I feel like I'm him, but in a different way. I had a nightmare, and this me and my dreams. This is why that I went around biting people's heads off. Everybody that was mean. It was scary. Like you got to think, like that movie. Our movies tell us things, people. Like there's always a hidden story in that movie. Like start watching your movies. I think that's why a lot of Hollywood stars are young stars. Look at the ones that are running around chaos and everybody laughs at them. What did the movie industry do to that young man? You got to start watching, people. Shirley Temple said it. What they used to do to her, what they made her try to look, what they tried to make her look like. She didn't like it, but they made her do it. People want money. What's, money doesn't buy you love. Those that want money, gimme, 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 gimme. Just shows who you are. When all the people who have died and the people that are living who have survived start waking up, the people who have kept the countries going, because they do keep it going, the people with the low wages, the people that drive the buses, the treat, all the service industry. I was a cook for years. I remember, and I talked to a little Indian lady one day when I went out. And my belief, this is my belief. This is why I didn't make a damn thing at Christmas. No cookies. I was so upset that I knew whatever I made, my feelings would go into it. my energy that nobody needed to eat. You ever go out somewhere and eat something and really look good at the time? Wasn't food poisoning. It was the cook was a little upset. Low wages. You know, I can go into any kitchen in my city and talk to them and say, hey, I used to work here. Can I come in and see what you did to change the kitchen around? My husband will be sitting there and go, oh my God, she's doing it again. But the weirdest thing is they let me in there. There's 2 pizza shops in the zoo. I get to go in there every time. I go in there. Like, I'm telling you, Italian people respect their workers. When I worked for these people, my husband was laid off, okay, from the steel plant here. So I think they were getting, I think it was $65 strike pay or something. Don't forget, these guys had to walk the line in winter too. So Yolanda, every night I worked, would come over with a package. Say, take this home. I'd look at her and say, no, it's okay. We need that for soup tomorrow. I got to make soup. She'd go, no, Kimmy. You take it. We got lots. If I went into town today, I know Yolanda's working. I could go in that restaurant right now and say, hey, girl, come a hug. You know, good cooks aren't a dime a dozen. Good cooks are loyal. And with my skills, I know that if I was a bad person and police know it here, I've told them, I could take down a body in no time if I had the tools, if I had the evil in me. I can't even kill a mouse. I can't kill a spider. I can't kill animals. If I find them in my house, we have live traps. They keep coming in. We try to pluck up things. We had a mouse one time. I put a little yellow dot on its head. Okay. I went to go do stuff one day, and I found out where it was coming in because I saw that little yellow dot coming through underneath the door. Okay. Let's just say hubby fixed that real fast. You know, we need more Kimmy Doolittles. I think I'm going to have to research people like that little old lady down in the south called me. I have the touch. What does that mean? I've been researching children who are born during bad times. Like when I was born, this lady said to me, like, good Lord, like when they took your mom away, It looked like a murder scene. Like she said, Kimmy, I was scared you were both dead. So there's too many things that have happened. Like going down on a trip through the States one time. My father didn't know I smoked, okay? So I had a package of matches in my back pocket. And we were all sitting like in the back. All of a sudden, it was really strange. Like smoke started coming out from the bottom, like in the back of the seats. So whatever happened, must have ignited whatever, and the seats got on fire. So my dad pulls over the side of the road. My sister goes running down to this restaurant, gets a pot of water. By the time she comes running back, she's got like a half a pot of water. Whatever it was enough to like put out the fire. But in that stop, my dad went around and just had this feeling. And I never told him that I had the matches in there until like years later. My dad checked the tires, and there was only one lug nut left on one of the tires. The wheel was going around, and this was one of my daddy's friends, you know. He checked us out before we were heading to Winnipeg. If my matches hadn't caught fire, it's all these what ifs, you know. What if? I always say it's God's doing things. Like I often get taps and pokes and pinches. I kind of think I know who's doing it, you know. I had a healer in my life. She was a bear woman. Um, we would go into healing circles, and she was. I would go into sweat lodges with this woman, and people look up sweat lodges. If you ever want to get a spiritual cleanse, you have to work for this, but do it. I was really scared of the bears. I have so much contact with bears. Until this year, I started to put it together, you know. Animals are my protector, you know. Every time I go outside and see a bear, it doesn't eat me. We look at each other, and then we both turn around and walk away. So I'm starting to think my bear healer is walking around protecting me, you know. I went down on a trip by myself years back, and this is on paper too. I went by myself. I was going to try to go to the States again, and I think this was God stopping me from getting over again. Felt really weird. I wasn't smoking at the time, but I kept having this feeling like something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. Stopped in a little town, Iron Bridge, and had a little sleep and waited till the store opened so I could go buy some cigarettes because really felt strange. And it was like Every animal that morning was running in front of me, like stopping me. Like, it was weird. So eventually, after I wake up, get my cigarettes, and I get to this, there's this blockade. There's this big, okay, I'm wearing 6-inch heels, okay? And I'm 5'2". This police officer was huge, okay? I'm not scared of police. If I need help, there's my safety net. Run over, okay? So I go running up to this police officer and I start talking to him and asking about what's going on. And he says to me, "Ma'am, we just had a major accident. It's going to be a long time." He said it happened about 2.5 hours ago. A van was hit. All these men, 6 men died. It's bad. I fell in his arms, and if you could see that, I can see what this poor police officer must have been thinking. Tapping his poor little hands on the back and be like, "Oh, okay, ma'am. You okay?" I looked at him. I said, "I'm on a trip by myself, and I took a little nap, 2.5 hours." And like I kind of fell apart. Well, he kind of held me, picked me up, and told me there was a stop that I really should sit down and take a break. And which it was a smart thing because I went in there and bought at the shop about, I don't know, probably about 5 pounds of fudge they had there because I sure needed sugar to calm me down. Um, I needed chocolate. Anybody who's trying to quit drinking, chocolate helps. Don't eat it all at once. um, but it was like God. There's all these little things. People, please slow down. Everybody's rushing to get everywhere. Take big breaths. Let's stop all the crossfire of bitching and all the talking. Okay, okay, wait, how do I do it? You know what, people? Look up kids in the hall squishing your head. I'm squishing your head. Okay, that's cool too. So anybody's mean to me from now on, I'm squishing your head. I'm going to be venom. Okay? Everybody be a Kimmy. Stop it. Get off the computers. Go get some clay that you can play with your kids. They'll freak out. They're going to wonder, oh my God, what are we going to do? It's the little things, people. Love you. Hugs from Canada, from StarKImmyMonster, Kimmy Doolittle, whichever one you. Oh, just know. Okay, if I can do this. Hugs and love from Canada, people. Be nice. It's easy. Love you. It's free.